Hey guys, everythingnvth here. First video on this channel, and where better to start with Football Manager 2017. So guys, let's get started. First player we have here is Gaya. Now, a fullback is a position where a lot of clubs seem to need this season, and I was actually quite surprised at how many I just found. Gaya, he doesn't look cheap, but you can see the talent is definitely there. 21 years of age, Spanish, out of Valencia. Looking just at his attributes there, he's got good crossing, good dribbling, all the key components you need as a good fullback. You can see there he's got vision, technical, speed for recovery. Looks like a very exciting player. It's just whether you can afford to buy him. £54,000 a week, so quite high wages. Any top 4 clubs in and around the Champions League wouldn't really be finding too much of an issue with those, I'd imagine. Star ratings, he's predicted to go all the way up to them 4.5, 5-star range. So it looks like he's definitely got a very bright future, and that's why he's featured on this list. Up next we have Grimaldo, a left back formerly of Barcelona in the B team. He's now at Benfica. You can see by his star rating 4.5 stars. He's very technical, natural in a couple of positions, always good. Ambitious, consistent performer, good pace. Just like the previous fullback, very good dribbling, very good crossing, such key attributes I always find. He's fast, paced to recover, he can tackle, he can pass the ball. All the key attributes, even 12 or over, and at 20 years of age, he's a player that's only going to get better and better as long as he's used right, gets games. He looks to me like he could be one of the real stars this season. In terms of value and wage as well, Grimaldo looks a lot better choice. 4.7 million value, I reckon you definitely get him for 15 million less. £13,250 a week wages. I'm sure if you signed him, his wages aren't going to be too bad. You'd probably get him 35-40 grand a week. Next player is Balde Diao. Sorry, the pronunciation might be wrong on that name, but this kid looks really exciting. He's a winger. He can use either foot. He's adept at those. His wages aren't as bad as I thought they'd be. His pace is very good. Can do the unexpected. 35 million max for him is quite good. Consistent, determined. I thought he'd be much more, considering what a talent he is. Out wide on that left, you see Man United want him, so he's attracting interest from clubs like that. He's crossing 13, maybe could be better, but I think that'll definitely improve. Dribbling 16, technique 16. He's pacey, he's fast, he's fit. For me, he looks like a very good player this season, one I'm very excited to use. And I could easily see him becoming one of the best players on the game this season. In terms of transfer and value, I'm going to talk between 20-30 million, I'd imagine, to sign him, but you can see why when he's such a talent. 8,500 per week is probably going to make it easier to sign him with him being on a lower wage. If you can offer him a higher wage, I could see that quite easily happening for you. Up next is Rashford, our first English player at Man United. Might be difficult to get him away from Man U, obviously already at a big club. 18 years of age, plenty of time to get better. He's fast, he's spirited, he's got great pace, he's natural in a few positions, he's consistent, got all the key attributes to become a really good player. He looks quite varied, as you could train him to be really anywhere. You could have him out wide, you could have him through the centre. His value, as you can see, is very, very large at the minute. Low wage, but it does look like it'd be a hefty feat to pull him away from Manchester United. You can already see the media on the game are describing him as a wonder kid. He likes to move into the channels, knock balls past opponent, both very good at traits to have for an attacking player. Looks like a really exciting prospect. It's just whether you'd be able to pull him away from Man U. Maybe lack of games or something might allow that. Up next is the player that really surprised me this season. That is Saido Berahino. Good signing for Premier League signings. Potential to be a leading Premier League striker in the future. Great pace. Good striking of the ball. Bounce a normal personality. Enjoys big matches. Looking at his attributes now. Finishing obviously very high, and that's the key one there. Player status leaving on a free transfer. Did not expect that. That's why he's wanted by Chelsea, Manchester City. Obviously 22 years of age. English, getting cheap English players is very hard nowadays. So if you're wanting a good young English talent, he looks like he could be your man this season. Good potential to help him break into that England team. Really drive your team forward. He's never seemed really happy there. He's got good play traits. He can move into the channels, likes to beat offside tries first time shots. Money worry would be he's maybe a little bit greedy. I'd like to think not though. No worries about his values. You can get him on a free transfer in January for him to come in the second season. His wage at £25,000 per week, not too high for a good Premier League striker. You'd be able to get him in at a reasonable price. Next, we have Angel Correa, currently playing at Atletico Madrid. He has been about on Football Manager for a few seasons now. He was available for loan last season on Football Manager. Doesn't seem to be this season, but he can do the unexpected. He's determined. He's got potential. Matches the new signing philosophy. He's very adaptable, consistent performer. Can play in a couple of positions, which just seems to get more and more important nowadays. Looking at his attributes, you can see he's a very technically gifted player. He's got good vision. He's technical. His mental seems to be quite good as well. In terms of his value, 9.5 million, that's not too bad at all. You could probably get him at a very reasonable price. He's on £31,500 a week, which is not extortionate. I'm sure you'd be able to get him for a decent enough wage. If you could get him for 40-45, I think you'd be laughing. Next player on the list is Yuri Tielemans. At Anderlecht, he's been about on FM for a while, but if you're lucky, he can play defensive mid, central mid and attacking mid all naturally. He's available at 17.25 million, very technical, he's adaptable, he's ambitious, he's consistent, he's got good pace. He's still only 19 years of age, and the fact that he can play anywhere in the centre of midfield would make him a great asset, even if he was just as a versatile backup player. Surely he'd be a good player to have around the squad. Looking at his attributes, his main key areas are his vision, his speed, and his technical. His technique 16. His value of 10 million, as I said earlier, is available for 17.25, £24,000 per week. So you'd probably be able to get him on a decent wage once again, around 45,000. I would reckon maybe lower if you're good at negotiating down. Up next is another left back, Jetro Willems of PSV. He's been around for a bit, but what surprised me is he's only 22 years of age and he's had 20 caps at the senior level for Holland. Available between 6 million and 8.25. He's leading Premier League left back, great pace, good stamina, natural in a couple of positions. He's an international, handles himself professionally, enjoys big matches. He's already wanted by Manchester United and Roma. His crossing's 15, driven 13, stamina 16, pace 15, acceleration 15. All key attributes that you need, very high there, 15 and 16. And for me, he looks like a bargain for less than £10 million. I don't think you're going to get much better. He's only on £10,000 per week as well, so you're going to get him on a reasonable wage. For me, he's definitely a must-buy this season for anyone needing a left back. Do prepare stiff competition for his signing though this season. He's a much wanted man on Football Manager 2017. You can just see how reasonable his price is and his stats, and why many clubs around Europe want him. We're approaching the end of our list now, and this is last but certainly not least, another player who's been around on Football Manager for a while, and that is Lucas Romero. It's a Cruzeiro in Brazil. He's highly ambitious, could adapt well, he's consistent, he's brave, he's got a high work rate, he's natural in a couple of positions, shows ambitious, enjoys big matches. Still low value at 2.5 million, his wage £10,750 a week. He's been a must sign for many clubs over the last few seasons, and it seems that he might be that once again this season. Great thing about Lucas Romero is he doesn't seem to have any stats that just stand out on their own. He seems to have a lot of very good stats. He's got a very high work rate, and he seems to be a good all-rounder, just most aspects of the game. And that brings this video to a close. I hope this was helpful, and some of these players are hopefully players that you might want to sign. This is actually my first video on this channel, which is just going to have everything related to do with me really on it, what I'm doing, travelling, what I'm enjoying Football Manager. There'll be many more videos like this to come. If you've got any suggestions on what I should film next, just please leave some comments down below. If you enjoyed this video today, please like and subscribe. My girlfriend's also got a channel that's typically Han. I'll leave a description in the box if you want to check that out. But from me, it's been a pleasure to film this today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.